Good to see you, my friend. I'm Dave Schwartz, and this is Network Weather. Discover your day. Hey, we've got a bunch of stuff to cover, so let's get right at it. We've got Caribbean weather. We've got, well, I can't even tell you what. Let's get on with it. Here is weather words, and water is the weather word. That's the ultimate weather word, because without water, the only weather we'd have is cold and hot. It would be like the moon or Mars or any other planet that doesn't have any water. Water, key. Water evaporates into the atmosphere. We get rain, snow, the whole schmear. You know about that. The word water comes from Greek, hydro. The T and the R related to the D and the R in the word hydro. Hydrologic, hydrocephalic, hydroelectric, all that kind of stuff. Otter, believe it or not, a water animal, those fun animals to watch. Otter, related to water. That's weather words. And wow, that was some cool lightning, wasn't it? One of our publishers here sent me this video to show you. That is cool. Without water, you wouldn't have cool effects like that. And speaking of thunderstorms, you know this is severe weather preparedness week in the United States. Coming up this week, tornado drills in Kansas Monday and in the Carolinas on Tuesday. Find out more about this at NOAA.gov, and then just click on the left-hand column, Weather Ready Nation. All right, that's weather words. Now it's time to get into a forecast, and that takes us to the United States of America. Show me a oh, is that not gorgeous? This during the day on Friday, March the 1st. Look at these clouds and associate all the way down to Atlanta, all the way up into Canada. That's going to move east, however. The sun will come out again, guaranteed, in Nashville in a couple of days, and Atlanta too. Meanwhile, another storm along the west coast. Whew, I'll tell you, that's going to be the next snowfall maker, moving into Seattle on Saturday, and then right over this ridge of high pressure that sits over the west. That will come in, not the biggest storm in the world, 1 to 5 inches perhaps, over toward Des Moines and down toward Cincinnati. And then once it heads east over the Gulf Stream on Wednesday, we'll see what happens. Speaking of Gulf Stream, here's the Gulf of Mexico, and there is the Caribbean. We're into Caribbean weather, and this time of year, cold fronts make it all the way southward. See these clouds right here, the edge of the clouds? That's the cold front. Cancun, windy and cool on Thursday and Friday in the wake of that front. Havana also. But further east and south of the front, oh, temperatures in the 80s. Whoo-wee. I'll tell you, I'm going to be a happy boy if I'd head down to Network Weather's private hotel down here in the Windward Islands. And if you have a trip planned, and if it's a cruise, I got my fingers and toes crossed for you. You're going to have a great time. East of this front, no problems. The Virgin Islands, all the way down to Aruba, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, overnight lows in the 70s. Weather word, your forecast for the United States, and even a quick trip to the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. Where else are you going to get that, Boobala? Except right here on Network Weather. By the way, I want to give a shout out to one of our big fans, Steve Signs in Buchanan, West Virginia. Beautiful country, lovely Strawberry Festival in May. So glad to have him, and so glad to have you too. We're right here, Network Weather, 24/7.